today's chapter of Landmark Judgments, we are going to discuss about the Anti Defection Law's landmark judgment. In this particular landmark decision, the Indian Supreme Court in the case of Kihoto Hollohan V Zachilhu and others navigated a web of legal complexities surrounding the Anti Defection Law that was established by the Constitution in the 52nd Amendment Act 1985. This pivotal case raised crucial questions about the powers of the Speaker, the constitutional validity of the amendments, and the delicate balance between party discipline and democratic principles. So, talking about the legal challenges and the Supreme Court decision that was held in this particular case, the legal challenges centered on the 10th schedule, which was introduced by the 52nd Amendment, replacing the key articles of the Constitution in a 3:2 majority in the Supreme Court, with Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya and K.J. Reddy and S.C. Agrawal in favor upheld the constitutionality of the Anti Defection Law. Notably, the minority comprising of Justice L.M. Sharma and J.S. Verma represented a contrasting viewpoint. Now, talking about the key issues and the rules at the play, firstly, it's about the scope of the Speaker's power. Now, there are several various debates over whether a Speaker should wield such broad powers contingent on a reasonable chance of prejudice. Secondly, the constitutional validity. The scrutiny of the modification brought about by the 52nd Amendment to ensure their constitutional validity. Thirdly, judicial review. Exploration of the availability of judicial review before a decision by a Speaker or a Chairman. Fourthly, about the applicability of the judicial review. Questioning if the judicial review extends to the rule outlined in the 10th schedule. Now, fifthly, it is about the critical analysis of this particular judgment. The court emphasized anti-defection law targets the unprincipled defections and does not infringe upon the freedom of speech, dissent, or the conscience, while the privileges granted to the members of the parliament are not absolute. The political dissertation for the power and money is viewed as a suggestion of the corrupt activities. In a nuanced judgment, the majority upheld the importance of the Speaker or the Chairman in the parliamentary democracy, considering them custodians of the House rights. The finality clause in the paragraph 6 of 1 of the 10th schedule does not eliminate the judicial review, but rather limits the court's authority. Now, when we talk about the conclusion and the legislative dynamics in this case, it sheds light on the intricate balance required in maintaining party cohesion and also allowing the dissent with centralized political parties. Upholding the constitutionality of the Anti-Defection Law, the Supreme Court recognized the significance of the legislative decision in the parliamentary democracy. Now, when we evaluate this particular Anti-Defection Law, as you all know, there is advantage as well as advantage to its own. Now, talking about advantage, firstly, combats the political defection driven by the power and money. Secondly, ensures political certainty, especially in coalition administration. Thirdly, promotes the adherence to the political policies and agendas. Now, the limitations or the drawbacks. First thing that comes to our mind when we talk about the limitations about the Anti-Defection Law is that it limits the legislative freedom of speech and expression. Secondly, it possesses a risk to the government accountability by inhibiting the disagreement against the party's position. Now, in this particular case, the final thought that the Supreme Court's decision strikes a delicate balance between curbing the defection and preserving the democratic principle. This case serves as a crucial reminder of the evolving dynamics within the Indian political landscape and the ongoing efforts to navigate the fine line between the party discipline and individual freedoms. I hope you all have understood this particular landmark judgment. If any queries or any doubts arises based on this particular section, you might always comment down in the comment section. For further such legal updates, please do subscribe to India Legal Media. Also, there is a separate playlist that consists of all the landmark judgments which you can refer to anytime.